So if you guys have $5,000 in your bank account, watch this video. I'll be going over 10 things you need to do right now to set yourself up for financial success. And the great thing is that a lot of the things I'm talking about in this video require very little to no money. Let's get started. First of all, I want to say congratulations on saving your first $5,000. This is actually a feat that is not that easy, and $5,000 is a pretty significant sum of money for a lot of people. Celebrate this milestone, know that this is the first of many. And yeah, with $5,000, we can actually start doing a lot of things. I think it's super important for us to pat ourselves on the back, especially when we reach certain financial milestones. So yeah, take a second out of your busy day, tell yourself, hey, this is actually a great feat that I've accomplished, and then set your next financial goal for yourself. I really do believe that as we set these small incremental goals, it can really hold us accountable and really push us to actually reach these financial goals. So yeah, write down when the next milestone is, write down when you want to accomplish that by, and then put it somewhere in your room that you can look at every single day. All right, so the next thing I do is invest some money into a passive income source. Now you might be thinking, what type of income source are you talking about? And how can I invest in something that can generate money with just $5,000? What I'll say is that whatever money you invest right now is not going to make you super rich. If you want to get super rich, $5,000 is not enough money. But what I will say is that you have enough money to get started investing. What I recommend for most people to do is just put a small portion of this $5,000 into long-term stocks. This can be companies that you believe in for the long term, or it can be things like index funds, ETFs that invest in the S&P 500. I'm a huge fan of putting money into these more passive things that you sort of buy and forget about. And I really don't like, picking stocks and, trying to day trade and all that stuff. I personally would much rather just put the money somewhere, let it grow over a long period of time, and then invest my mental energy and effort into actually building a business for myself. So if you guys use the links down below, Webull and Moomoo are actually holding really great promotions right now where they give you a ton of free stocks. So what I would do is I'd use those links, get those free stocks, and set aside a small portion of what you currently have into long-term investments. If you believe in the US economy as a whole, maybe put your money into S&P 500 index funds. Some of my favorite are going to be VOO and VTI. If you guys also believe in crypto, you can also put your money into the bigger coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But for me, at least, a majority of my money is going to be in S&P 500 ETFs, and that's what I recommend for 99% of people watching this video. Number 3 is that I would actually open a Roth IRA or invest into your 401k. If you guys have a 9-to-5 job, then it's likely that your employer offers some type of 401k retirement plan, and even better, they might offer some type of match. So what I tell everyone is, if your employer offers a match on a 401k, the minimum you should be investing into that retirement plan is up to that match. That is literally a 100% return on your money, so it really makes no sense for you to not contribute up to that match. If you don't have an employer that has a 401k, you can actually start up a Roth IRA. This is a tax-deferred retirement plan that allows you to pay taxes right now, put money into this account, and pay 0 taxes on any of those gains. That, you guys, is a huge advantage, and I don't think a lot of people realize how tax advantage that is. The government wants us to retire with more money, so they offer us plans like this. So yeah, a Roth IRA is a great place for you to start putting your money into. All right, so the next thing I do is actually buy books. I think of everything on this list, books are the cheapest thing that probably has the biggest ROI, return on investment. If you think about it, a book is like $10 to $20, and the amount of knowledge that's contained within it is just insane. There are so many awesome books out there. I've made a few videos before talking about my favorite books. But yeah, my life has absolutely changed ever since I started reading self-improvement books. Like, I know it sounds pretty cliche to read these books that everyone talks about, but the effects it has on your life are actually so big. For example, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. This is a book I read in 2019 and it changed my life. It's crazy to think about the fact that I spent like $10 to $15 on this book I bought on Amazon, and the lasting impacts this book has had on my routine and my success has just been insane. So I encourage you guys, go out there, buy 3 books, set aside like $50, and then read those books and take notes. The most important thing about reading books is not just reading it, but actually soaking in the information and taking action. So I guarantee you, if you buy 3 self-improvement books, actually read it and actually do the things that we talk about, the slope of your life trajectory is just going to shoot up exponentially. The next thing I would do if you have $5,000 saved is create a self-improvement routine. The fact that you have $5,000 saved means you do have some type of buffer, and it does mean that you're likely doing something correctly when it comes to saving your money. So the next step to this is actually doing more self-improvement. I truly believe in this because this has changed my life a lot. Yeah, this is exactly what I would do, and this costs no money. Give yourself some type of morning routine that you do do right when you wake up. So the moment you wake up, you have something sort of to look forward to that takes about 30 to 60 minutes, and hold yourself accountable to doing this consistently every single day. What I would do is journal in the morning, say things that you're grateful for, and visualize the success you're gonna have throughout the day. Spend some time reading a book, and then if possible, work out in the morning. This really sets up your day to have a lot of momentum, and if you can do this consistently, it gives you a lot of confidence. That confidence carries throughout the day and allows you to do more actions. So yeah, a completely free thing to do, but one that's going to have a huge impact on your life. All right, so the next thing I would do is actually start up a service-based business. I know a lot of the time people think you should put a majority of your money into investments. But if you guys have $5,000, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that big, and whatever money you put in right now is not going to, result in you becoming a millionaire. Sure, you should put some money to get the ball rolling on investing. I completely recommend doing that. But I truly do believe that a big portion of what you have right now should go towards yourself and you building a business. The reason why I recommend a service-based business is because it really doesn't cost much money, if at all, to start. You may already have all the supplies necessary for you to actually do a service-based business. For example, your computer, especially if you're doing something online, right? You guys likely already have a computer. Think about some high income skill you have that could actually potentially help other people and start offering that service to them. The great thing about this type of business is that it's all on you, right? You're only investing your time at the start. And since you're picking a high value skill, you should easily be able to charge between $50 to $200 per hour. And the great thing is that there's zero overhead with this. You're just investing your time. There's no monthly recurring costs. And then literally the first client you get should make your business profitable. And yeah, the reason why most businesses fail is because people run out of money. The best thing about this type of business is that, like I said, there's no overhead and you won't run out of money. For example, what I did after college was I tutored high school students. This paid about $50 per hour. It's a high value skill and I had zero overhead, right? The only cost for me were actually driving to these clients' house. But yeah, that was probably like $50 to $100 of gas per month. I also did photography. That's a very great high income skill. I think you guys sort of get the point, right? Just pick some type of skill you have that you can do and offer it to other people. This is a great way for you to build cash flow, and it's gonna be one of the highest ROI things you do on this list. All right, so the next thing I would do is I'd start applying for credit cards. If you are able to save up $5,000, this means that you are financially smart, meaning you probably won't spend money that you don't have. If you are financially responsible like this, then utilizing credit cards in your everyday life can have so many huge advantages. For me, I like to think of it as getting a rebate every single time you buy something. That rebate can be between 1% to 5% depending on what card you use as well as what category you're buying it. For example, I know that the Chase Freedom has a rotating category where it gives you 5% cash back on your grocery purchases. Imagine getting a 5% rebate every single time you buy groceries. And yeah, it's just literally like free money. Plus the whole world of credit card points gets really crazy and awesome because you can actually redeem those points not just for cash back, but for travel, including hotels and airfare. If you do this, you get even more value for your points, and it allows a lot of people who take advantage of credit cards to travel for free. I know I rarely pay for travel anymore because I've amassed a lot of points. And yeah, I really just have credit cards to thank for that. There are tons of cards out there that have huge sign-up bonuses, and if you do it right, you should be able to not have to pay for any of your flights for the rest of your life. The next thing I do is, if you guys have not yet already, start paying off any high interest debt. When I say high interest debt, I don't mean like a mortgage that's at like 3 to 5%. I'm talking credit card debt, I'm talking student loan debt, as well as anything that's over, let's say, 8% interest. Since it's really hard to reliably earn at least 8% on your money per year, what I would do is, instead of investing that money in the stock market and holding off on paying those loans, get rid of whatever balances I have on those loans, and then I can start investing that money into stocks and anything else. I like to view this as a guaranteed way to make X% on your money. So that X% is literally whatever interest rate your loan is at. Meaning, for example, if you have credit card debt at 20% APY, then paying off that credit card debt is literally making you 20% interest on your money. That, you guys, is pretty much unheard of. So yeah, in many situations, it's going to make sense for you to start paying off that debt. The next thing I do is open up a high interest online savings account. Now, depending on where your money is currently stored, it's very likely that the interest you're making right now is extremely low. Like if you bank with Chase or Bank of America, their interest rates on their checkings and savings accounts is abysmally low. You're essentially not making any money for having money. And especially right now with inflation, your money is losing a lot of value. So what I would do is look into some of these online banks that offer a much higher interest rate. For example, right now, I think Ally is offering about 2% APY. And if you put your money into platforms like Robinhood or Wealthfront, I know that a lot of them are paying around 1 to 2% as well on your money. While this does not fully compensate for inflation, it doesn't mean that your money is losing less value than it otherwise would be if it just was in a Bank of America or Chase account. So yeah, highly recommend doing this. Majority of my personal money is in my Ally account right now. And it does feel a little bit better to, at least be making it around 2% interest per year on this money, instead of it making literally close to 0% and losing so much value each year just due to the inflation. And then the last thing I would do, you guys, is just continue to save. I know we talked about this at the start of the video, where I basically told you guys to set another financial goal, another financial milestone that you want to hit. But yeah, this first $5,000 is great. You need to pat yourself on the back. But right after doing that, you need to set your next goal, one that's a little bit higher. Give yourself a timeline and then hold yourself accountable for reaching that goal. This could be like $10,000, $20,000, even $50,000. And what you guys will find that each goal you set is likely going to get easier and easier to hit. Saving up your first $5,000 is not easy. That's why many people are not able to do it. But once you have 5K, you have a little bit of leverage. Your financial habits are probably pretty good. And as long as you consistently stay focused on saving money and making more money, then you'll start seeing the effects of compound and exponential growth. Your net worth is literally going to be like this and start rising dramatically. That's literally the case with everyone I know that becomes rich. And that's why it's so important to do these 10 different things once you save your first $5,000. These actions are the driving force behind your money starting to grow exponentially. Because yeah, if you just put your money in a bank account and don't do anything with it, it's not going to grow like that. Trust me. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful. My whole goal of this channel is to help you guys live financially successful lives. If you guys have not yet already, make sure to get your free stocks with Webull and Moomoo. Those links are going to be down below. They're also only available for a limited time, so make sure you jump on them before they expire. And yeah, I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this video. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Anyways, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.